My wife Janice and I and our two girls, Tiffany and Stephanie, we grew up in Tennessee, West Tennessee, a town called Milan. Some would pronounce Milan, just like Milan, Italy, but we call it Milan, Tennessee. We came here from Korea, but Tennessee is our home where we grew up, and that's where we're from. I received Christ at the age of 11, there in my hometown in Milan, St. Paul's Missionary Baptist Church. Reverend C.J. Gilbert was my pastor, and so we attended every Sunday, Sunday school, and then church right after. And one Sunday, I just felt the move of the Holy Spirit call upon me that this was the day that I needed to go forward. So when we got to Portland, we were considered, seasoned saints. We'd been in church. We came from a church. It was an independent fundamental Baptist church. So we knew that one of the first things that we would do whenever that we moved was to find a local church to get into. So that very first week that we were here, we were looking for a church, and so we happened to go to the gas station, and so we saw some people who looked like us, and so I got out of the gas line and went to their car and asked them and say, hey, we're new here and we are looking for a church. Do you perhaps know of a church that we can attend or go to? And they recommended Mt.Olivet. And so that very Sunday, during that first week that we were here, we came to Mt.Olivet. When we first got here, we didn't know anything about life group ministry, but we would come to Sunday after Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. And our only interaction with people was when we would always go and greet one another. And so we would greet those that were around us, but of course there was not a lot of time to do that. So you couldn't get to know someone through through those means. And then we got to know some of those as just knowing familiar faces by those with whom we sat around or close to. And so, but yet there wasn't that personal interaction. But when we got in our life group, that made all the difference in knowing people of the church, in knowing who was related to whom. And so that just really helped us to galvanize together and to make you feel more like you're part of family. I thank God for Mt.Olivet, for being such a pillar in this community, and for the teaching that we have learned and were taught and under. And I certainly thank God for Pastor Wendell and he and Sister Lisa's leadership and him stepping out on faith and trusting God at His word and relying on His Holy Spirit to move. And that's one thing I really do appreciate is teaching about the Holy Spirit and not being afraid to cross the chicken line. I was very much afraid to cross the chicken line in many instances. But when you let go and you let God do what He's going to do through you, and don't be afraid. So just step out there in full faith and belief, and you'll be amazed at what God will do through you, and just serving the purpose that God has for you. So I've gotten that teaching here, and the love that we have here as a family of believers here at Mt.Olivet is just insurmountable. And I'm so much appreciative of it, and just thank God for who He is and what He's done here at Mt.Olivet.